From Detroit, it's Coffee and Chocolate.
All right, this is Vampire the Masquerade, Reckoning of New York, Patrick's version. Take one. Night 2, The Friend. A couple of days ago. Circulatory Systems Labs. Oh, it's her. Most interesting. You're fucking with me, right? Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I just figured you should know. I mean, he's your sire, right? Is that what you guys call it? Technically, yeah, but practically not anymore. Thank fuck. I'd spit into the fucking void where God might have been for that blessing. But I thought you lot were only tailing him for his shady-ass deals. No. As far as I know, the Ventru board doesn't give a damn about it. Benign stuff like that is just a blip on their radar. But deliberately jeopardizing the system's supply lines, that's signing your own death warrant. Shit! Why the hell is he aiming for Assad? What was he thinking, going full undead Snowden like that? Well, it doesn't look like he aimed for anything. He just left enough crumbs to pique their interest. You're thinking of tipping him off? Oh, sure, right away. Let me give him a call right this instant. What do you think, Nima? Fuck him. It's high time he choked on his own pile of shit. She's such a pleasant girl. Alright. Well, I don't think there's anything else for Patrick to do here, so we'll just end the night. Do you wish to end the night? Sure. Let's do this. Night 3. December 2024. 5 nights till New Year. Wait, it's Christmas Eve. Or Christmas Day, I guess. I'll admit, I did not believe Callie would actually turn up. I gave her the benefit of the doubt yesterday night, but I am fully prepared to launch a citywide hunt for her if the need arises. She left you, just like you left yours in London. So when her voice suddenly pops up right next to me as I lean against Mahaven's door, I am well and truly surprised. Hey there, pretty boy. You come here often? I look at her, relieved, before her words actually reach my brain. Do I come here often? What do you mean? It's my haven. I sleep here. She pouts, but laughs lightheartedly. You're no fun. One day I might understand her attempts at jocularity, but not tonight. I get into my car without further delay, and she hops in right after. Well, let's pay D'Angelo a visit, shall we? Yeah, no time to dilly-dally, right? Correct. She seems dejected for some reason, then delighted when I hastily take off. Of course she'd be a speed junkie. Fortunately, this one predilection of hers that I don't mind indulging insofar as the streets of New York allow me to. And this time our drive isn't even that awkward. D'Angelo, you here? D'Angelo's haven, one I would be reluctant to call a bureau, no matter how much he insists, rarely ever changes. Sure, new papers and evidence come and go, but the essence of barely controlled disarray, shabbiness, and cigarette stink is forever fixed in place. Much like the trapdoor in the corner that leads down to wherever D'Angelo sleeps during the day, now flung right open. Even though the space is in chaos, it doesn't seem like anything's out of place, thankfully. With D'Angelo always sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, there's a part of me that's constantly worried about him, truth be told. Hey, Mr. Detective! A damsel in distress desperately needs your help. And then there's me. I roll my eyes. D'Angelo will be delighted with that morsel of noir conversation, regardless of Callie's ironic delivery. Speaking of the devil, D'Angelo squints at her as he emerges from beneath the floor, his lips moving silently, and I strain my ears to hear his commentary. They appeared like shadows, the kind cast by the worn-out hopes and dreams of this wretched city. Dreams that could be saved only by none other than Gianni D'Angelo. Callie scoffs, amused. Saved? Well, that's a bit of a stretch, don't you think? He leans back over the rickety table, shaking his head as if to dislodge the noir cliches stuck in his brain. Callie, a pleasure. Then he turns to me, a hint of a smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. I nod at him calmly. Gianni? Patrick, looks like you're still losing your head, just not literally, huh? The sheriff is yet to relieve me of my cranial burden. But worry not, there's still time until the new year. You might yet win that little bet of ours. Callie looks like she's about to vibrate out of her skin in excitement, so I try to snuff it before she explodes and completely derails our meeting. Anyway, we came here to find out how you two clowns know each other. Come on, give me the juicy details. Too late. D'Angelo shrugs. He showed up a while back, pestering me about some anarch girl and her inner voices. Would you believe we clicked over what might just be the greatest movie ever? I still have some thoughts about the Maltese Falcon, which you didn't let me share before. But now might not be the time. Callie obviously latches on to a different part of our conversation. An anarch girl? You mean, what's her name, Santa? Who got beheaded by the sheriff? D'Angelo's already ugly face twists in an uglier grimace. Yes. D'Angelo... I hesitate, tossing him a cautious look. I'm not sure how much he'd like Callie to know about one of the darker moments of his past. Go on, I'm not one to dodge blame. I killed her. You did what a PI does, tracked her down and brought her in. You weren't the one holding the blade that ended her suffering. Same difference. In a rare display of tact, Callie decides not to pursue the subject. I'd love to have a catch-up with you, Johnny, but we did have an agenda walking in here. A glimmer of light flickers in D'Angelo's shades as he turns towards Callie. Well, I hate to break it for you, but if you're here for the intel on Cassell, you're out of luck. No new leads since we last talked. It concerns Cassell, broadly speaking, but he's not exactly the crux of our conversation right now. I had no idea it was physically possible to audibly roll one's eyes, but Callie somehow manages before she interrupts me mid-thought. Ellie Sinceric, where do we find him, Johnny? D'Angelo narrows his eyes and fiddles with his e-cig. The serpent. What's your angle? Look, if I wanted to confess, I'd hit up a fucking church, but hey, this is supposed to be a detective's office, right? So why don't you just do what you do best and just give me Sinceric's contact info already? Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the coffin. Easy, Tiger. Just asking. Sansarec's bad news walking or crawling, depending on, well... What are you trying to say? Kindly cut to the chase, Gianni. D'Angelo takes a long drag on what looks like an electronic cigarette, as if he's really trying to savor it. I once asked him if he actually makes an effort to engage his sense of taste, but he shrugged and told me it's just part of the mise-en-scène. Sansaric and his serpents are gone from Harlem, and nobody really knows why. I've got theories, but they're just that. So, great. So we just burned through our time with pointless chit-chat, haven't we? Again. D'Angelo shrugs. Callie looks like she's about to walk out in a fit of rage, so I stop her. Theories are more than fine, Johnny. You know how much I delight in proving them right. St. Philip's and the vicinity of Morningside Park are your best bets. They're not far from each other. You just might dig something up there. Thank you, D'Angelo. Those are solid leads. Ah, the faint whiff of sincerity in your bullshit makes it almost charming. I know they're not quite the Glengarry leads you're after, but hey, on these nights, beggars can't be choosers. So is this intel going to cost me the usual 2 blood bags? You keep your stash, kiddo. Just clue me on where Sansarec's hiding once you sniff him out and we're square. His unpleasant mug stiffens. He straightens up and steps closer, eyeing us intensely. Last time I warned you that shit's gonna hit the fan soon. But that's old news. It's way worse now. You can feel it, can't you? I nod almost instinctively, catching Callie doing the same. Alright. Look. I'm bailing earlier than planned, and I strongly advise you to consider doing the same. I won't sugarcoat it. I could use a lift, and you could use some level-headed advice on the road. He looks genuinely terrified. Callie and I slowly exchange looks before shaking our heads. I can't. Just not yet. Wait 2 more nights, Johnny. At the moment, neither Callie nor I may leave due to the council's edict. D'Angelo sighs, slumping, and waves his hand. In that case, just keep your eyes peeled for trouble, all right? Yeah. You too, pal. Till next time, D'Angelo, hopefully under a brighter moon. Ugly, hideous fuck. Just like your insides, Patty boy. We're almost at the door when I hear his response, barely louder than a breath. Bright lights are all gone. Only nightmares remain. I should write that down. Callie and I come to a stop in front of my car. We should, Now, I already know the crap you're gonna dish out. No splitting up. I can't fully trust you yet, Callie. But listen, it's as late as hell already, so we gotta hustle. If we both go chasing Sansaric in the same spot, all we're gonna do is catch sunrise. We gotta divide and conquer. I concur. See, I knew you'd... Hold up, what do you mean you concur? I feel a smirk tugging at the corner of my mouth before I catch it. I agree, we have too much ground to cover, and since you kept your word and you didn't flee last time, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt again. She stares at me before erupting into laughter. I don't recognize you, man. Where's Stick Up the Ass, Patty? Who's this loose cannon they replaced him with? An uncomfortable thought, one that's crossed my mind many times before. The voice and the voices taking over, until all that remains of me is a cracked outer shell. Patience, Finn. Time is yet to come. My fingers close confidently over my ring. Can't think about it right now. I've got a job to do. I tuck my hands into my pockets. Let's part ways for now. Do you have a preferred destination? I'm gonna do a little metagaming here. High Priest chasing Ellie at the church. Morningside Park. I can't help but wonder what a group of kindred as radical as the ministry would be doing in a park. Finding Sinceric seems unlikely. The place needs to be investigated for clues. Episcopal Church. St. Patrick's Episcopal Church? I mean, I guess that's possible. I guess it's an either-or choice. I feel like I was at the church with Callie, so I'm gonna choose Morningside Park. Callie hops out of my car at the entrance of the church, and I speed off toward Morningside Park to research for signs of Sinceric. From this vantage point, there's nothing particularly poetic about the park. The absurd number of stairs scattered about could inspire some lines, though. I'm quite fond of them, but at the end of the night, a park is just a park, which begs the question, why would a group of kindred as radical as the ministry be here in the first place? I don't know much about Sinceric, just enough to be sure that he is unequivocally bad news. The most powerful snake in New York, with the ministry in his iron grip. Aggressive, territorial, unpredictable. Makes me wonder what kind of deals Cassell made with him and how much of that obstructed Ritra's plans. Well, no matter. I'll comb through this entire park anyway, tree by tree, snowflake by snowflake. I'll admit the search is far from riveting, but I'm not one to abandon a task just because I'm bored. But the more I look, the more confident I am that Sinceric is not here. No trace of him whatsoever, in fact. Ready to admit defeat, I head for the rendezvous point when the wind carries a distant conversation to my ears. I turn around and quietly follow the susurration. I spot them moments later, kindred lurking about, clearly on the lookout for something. Perhaps they have information I seek. Ooh, unseen passage. Waltz right over. Yeah, we'll do that. I let the ambience enshroud me till nobody, and not even I, can tell where the air ends and I begin. I hunch down like a prowling predator and approach slowly, minding the snow crunching crisply beneath my feet. Within a few steps, I'm close enough to hear everything they say. And just as unlikely, all of them went into hiding. Reacher's usually on point with these things. I freeze, thunderstruck. Vritra's men, what are they doing here? Would really not fuck this up. Let's just hope the others come through with something worth sharing. I drop my disguise and emerge from the shadows, gait relaxed, confident, and unthreatening. And what might that something be, exactly? Conroy, the fuck are you doing here? Oh, for the love of... Why does it always have to be Tharmas? Same thing you are, apparently. Looking for Sinceric? Ha! Good luck with that. Not even a hair of him left here. Why are you even looking for him, huh? The other kindred remains silent, glaring at me, suspiciously. I just shrug with as much nonchalance as I can muster. That's none of your business, Thomas. Worry not, it's nothing that would upset Ritra. Yeah, better not. Heard you were looking for Cassell, too. Any developments there? He acts cool and relaxed, but the tinge of desperation doesn't escape my notice. No. He sneers at me, losing his composure, but I remain unbothered. What could Tharmas even do to me that matters? Annoy me to final death? Callie's already the top contender there. Well, our business seems concluded here. Convey my regards to Vritra, if you will. I won't. I shrug and leave, feeling their gazes burning holes in my coat. Vritra's favor is well worth suffering the occasional company of her lackeys. I return to my car and speed away toward the rendezvous point, lost in grim, nagging thoughts. I don't like Vritra getting interested in Senseric. It might lead us straight to her doorstep, and that meeting absolutely must not happen. Before I know it, I'm near the church where Callie is already waiting for me in a pleasant show of obedience. I must look rather harried because all she does is glance at me before furrowing her brow. What happened? Did you run into trouble? No, just some kindred trying to find Senseric. I shook them off. No cause for worry. She squints as if she doesn't believe a word of it, but I pretend not to see anything. How about you? Anything at the church? Nah, not really. Unless Senseric turned into a rat, then yeah, there were tons of little Senserics running around. Could you be more specific? Yeah, it was a real shit show down there. Someone's dumped a whole bunch of bodies into the crypt. Found this note on one of them. I immediately pull over to examine the note thoroughly, which somehow makes Callie exasperated. 40 degrees... 8,006 minutes north. No, 40.8006 degrees north. 73.8986 degrees west. 5'10", black yellow eyes, highly aggressive. Exercise extreme caution. I see. Description could be Senseric, truth be told. It fits half the city, but these coordinates are Greek to me. Hold on, let me grab the map. Save it, Mr. Safety First. I've already checked. They point to the Hudson. Looks like we're due a river ride. The Hudson. We'll see her. We'll see her again, lad. Prepare the sacrificial lamb. Hush. I roll the dice and it comes up 20. At that time, Callie's already noticed something's wrong. Are you all right? I mean, North Brother Island, or whatever it's called, didn't look too far off the coast on the map. It's not about Vritra. What a relief. North Brother Island, I see. Oh, one of these little islands here in the East River. Close to the Hudson, but not quite there. Is there any way of confirming this before we commit to it? Yeah. Check out this prayer here, the first words of each line. I take a cautious look and feel my shoulders. I take a cautious look and feel my shoulders drop. North of the heavens, his grand celestial shrine, brother in the Lord, united by blood divine, island blessed by his touch, where saints and angels shine. North Brother Island. Callie gives me a light, reassuring pat. Chill, buddy. I'm a damn good swimmer. I could practically tow you across if it came to that. What is she on about? Well, that won't be necessary, but, thanks. So this is our best shot, I guess. Sure seems that way. Better step on it. We don't have much time before sunrise. Oh, brother. North Brother Island is a dismal place which fits the ministry perfectly, come to think of it. Hopefully, we'll find Senseric there instead of another red herring. All right. I think we will call it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's tune in next time and we'll continue Patrick's version.